The release of Mazi and Kanu will not guarantee security in Southeast as large, says Governor Soludo. And I think the young man is 100% right. I mean, Governor Soludo is right. Even though the intention of that word is not obviously made alongside of the statement. Governor, thank you very much for making that statement. Because so many people are looking at it, more especially your fellow leaders. They always see IPOB or Biafrans as reason for insecurity in Southeast. Now come to that. If Mazi and Kanu's release cannot put automatic stop to insecurity in Southeast as large, it simply means that he is not in any way responsible for insecurity. It is because you feel insecure. It's going to be a kind of chaos. If there is freedom of Mazi and Kanu, that is how you feel. That there is nothing like that because nobody has time for all that. After all, whatever government decides to do is what they will do. I am not surprised that you suddenly began to say another thing. It happens like that at times. But my brother, nobody is thinking otherwise. Okay? If there is any way you work for his freedom, please do it. That is by the way. Then coming to the security of Anambra State or Anambra Beyond, Eastern Legion, precisely. If the release of Mazi and Kanu cannot quench the fire, automatically it shows that there are other things that actually prompted insecurity in the state. What are those things? Is a question. In a nation where there is high rate of unemployment, what do you expect? Now let's talk about insecurity. In a nation where a graduate can come out boasting of flying color without a job, what do you expect? Automatically that intelligence has to be channeled into something different in order to put food on the table. Do you think that bringing armed men can end up in security? It is not possible. Gunning several people down can only improve it the more. The more you re-strategize, the more others are re-strategizing. We all know the best thing to do is to do the needful. First of all, you politicians will start by saying the truth to yourselves. Secondly, you start by living selflessly. Governor Soludo, you are the leader. Governor of Anambra State. You are leading the multitude. You are leading Anambra State as large. Where are your family? Where are your children? I am very sure that none of them is residing within the state you rule. That is number one point of disqualification. Governor Soludo, if we are talking of insecurity, can you proudly come out and tell us that you are not owing any teacher or gratuity of those people that served diligently? Do you know there are several people that have given up simply because their rights are neglected under your government? In the government today, if anybody dies in the service, that one is a bygone. Because nobody will stand to fight for the dead person's rights. Tell me one or two things that should be considered that will actually prompt adequate security in the nation or in Anambra State precisely. I don't see the possibility of achieving that. If the hierarchy, men on power, did not look down to the people they are ruling, until they begin to see their post as a seat of responsibility, not a throne of leadership. Why is it that Nigerian leaders are differently feeling insecure? Is it not possible that a leader can sit with his subjects and dialogue and know the mind of the commoners? Is it not possible? Is it not possible that you can walk on the streets and see how possible it is to interact and know the fear of those people you are leading? Can you as well tell me that you cannot freely enter the market to see the cost of living, to hear the cry of the poor masses, to ask them how they feel about your governorship or your leadership? If these things cannot be done by you, it simply means that people are not comfortable by your leadership. And as much as they are not comfortable with that, they are living in total hardship. Their predicament can as well will them into something else, which will stand totally or obviously against the government order. Governor Soludo, the word you uttered out is not a mistake. And it's not something that's supposed to cause chaos. Because Mazi and Kanu has not in any way appeared responsible for insecurity. What he's coming out for is a total different thing. It can be achieved. It may not be achieved, which is the freedom of Biafra. Huh? So using that word is completely irrelevant. It shows that the intention of our leaders are being diverted. That is by the way. Look at what happened in Okija this morning. Several people died because they are struggling to get a bag of rice. Huh? Obi Jackson, who is known for charity, who has been of help to multitude, when you talk about poor masses, he is a man that normally builds houses for widows. Do anything that government cannot as well do for the masses. Currently, something happened. He released trailers of rice, foodstuffs, as usual. But the stupidity of some people actually prompted another thing into it. And it's quite unfortunate that same people that are being favored will turn up to say that Obi Jackson must have done one or two things in order to sacrifice some people because of food. What about people that kept you in total starvation? What about the government that denied you your total rights? And what about the people that denied you the privilege to voice out how you feel under their government? Christmas is fast approaching. A whole lot of poor people are jumping from one corner to corner, begging for alms. But we have government that cares so much for security. What are you guiding? What are you protecting when there is no food in the land? And the pitiable part of it is that those leaders knew that they are sitting on that seat of responsibility is nothing but a reproach. Even though I am being careful with my words. But I will never relent in telling you the differences and also putting a challenge on your way. If you claim to be a good governor, if you claim to be a good leader, show us your family in that same state you lead. A good leader cannot boast of leading people while his family is not under the leadership. If it is good, it will be good for all. If it's not bad, let it affect all. Telling me that your family reside out of the country and you are ruling the country shows a total disqualification to your personality. That is one. A good leader must be so free to work alongside of those people he leads without security, because the people you lead should be your maximum security. Look at Peter Obi. I don't know if you people are not learning something. Look at Peter Obi. Peter Obi can go anywhere without fear of the unknown because he hurts nobody. But a common local government chairman cannot freely walk in the streets. Reason because he must have swallowed the allocation money of that area. How can he freely walk? He will always feel insecure. Thereby nobody is after him. So if you are a good leader, first of all, prove yourself by walking out without a security. Let the people you lead that are so comfortable of your leadership, let them guide you for once, or let them bow and portray in respect of what you do. That is true. If you are a good leader, can you come out proudly and walk into the market, interact with those commoners, those people that normally vote for you whenever you are trying to climb there? Can you go and relate with them as usual? The way you related with them during the campaign. Go inside the market without anybody following you. Let them as well sing the glorious song for you. That shows that you are a good leader. That you don't seem to care of whatever complaint they are having. Because you believe that the difference between you and the poor is like walking from here to America. But whenever you need their vote, you will stand so low that you can feed their baby with your hands. You can bring your mouth close to that dirty mouth of their kids. You can as well carry them with whatever physics inside their pampers. Because you need their votes. But the moment you climb there, you look at them as nobody. What a man sows is what he will reap. Back to what actually prompted this. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, of course, we all know that nothing will happen to him. But as a human being, the pains must be there. But a man who closes ear to the tears or the cry of his own brother is nothing but a betrayer. And he who sold his brother cannot expect the buyer to trust him. You might sit on that throne the way you people see it, because none of you is seeing that seat as a seat of responsibility. You are not seeing it that you are serving or that you owe anybody accountability of what you are doing there. But however you see it or however you look at it, don't forget that after flying up, you will still go down 6 feet someday. Every man is appointed to go there someday. And the day it will happen, it is still the poor that you neglected that will put you there. Look at the governor of Imo State, a man that goes to work every day with flight. Tell me, is that not another way of lavishing the substances of the state government? Later you said there is no money. Economically, you are not proving yourself competent. Okay, look at what police said. That whoever that opposes any politician onwards should be arrested. Is that what's supposed to be heard from such person? Security agency for that matter. What he meant is that the politicians should continue in whichever way they like, whether it's acceptable to them or not, that they should carry on. It is a total word of assurance that Nigeria is in total mess. When it comes to the level that the masses will lose their voice, tell me who will speak. When it comes to the level that intimidation will be the order of the day, tell me where are we going to? When it comes to the level that government cannot give a listening ear to the tears and cry of the masses simply because you are positioning the force over them. Tell me, is it a place of living? Automatically, Nigeria has lost the capacity of accommodation. But I know there are voices that can never be silenced. August Security Agency, does it mean that you are not seeing what is happening in this nation? Remember, you have families. Remember, you have siblings. Remember, if it has not come your way today, you don't know the position of your children tomorrow. Whatever that is sowed today is what next generation will reap. You know. People are dying of hunger. Even a bag of rice is no more affordable. That is why multitudes are being buried right now as I'm talking in Okija. The entire Okijans are in total tears because everybody is struggling to get his or her own rice, which is given to them as token for charity. Then stampede took place, and a lot of people lost their lives because they are struggling to get what they will eat. In this kind of condition, you are telling people not to voice out the truth. You are telling the poor masses not to cry out. That is totally wrong. I think I have spoken, but whatever that flies up will surely come down.